All right. Dude, you wanna know how my life goes? Every 5 seconds, every 5 seconds, I'm interrupted by something. An email, a call, a Discord message, this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that, this, and that, and this, that. Hey, I need your signature here. Hey, I need you to do this form. Hey, I need you to sign this NDA. Hey, I need you to return my call. Hey, I'm scheduling this delivery. Hey, we had a problem with this. Hey, this thing is broken. Hey, I need help. I don't know what to do here. This is my life. It's crazy. Kill me. Kill me, chat. Kill me. By the way, I'm gonna have to go AFK again in like like 1 minute for another thing. Fucking god. Hey Smokebot, how are you? There was something I had to do right now. I just can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I remember. I'm losing my mind over here, guys. Actually. Losing my mind over here. Okay, just relax. This is the easiest part of my day. This is the easiest part of my day. Okay. My YouTube stuff was not working. I think it's working now. Let me type something on YouTube to make sure that it works. There we go. Yes. Okay. All right. What's up, guys? I really need people to stop needing me for things. What's up, guys? This is the best part of my day. This is the easy part. The easy part is quote unquote going to work and hanging out with you guys. You know, have you guys ever heard the saying? By the way, Tony, thank you so much for the 20 months, man. Have you guys ever heard the saying, when it rains, it pours? You can go like 2 weeks, no one contacting you, nothing to do, you're like big chilling. And then in like three days, you have to do 10,000 things. Sarah, are you getting on or not? What? It's up to you. Just need to relax. Guys, you want to hear something funny? I was running errands all morning, and then it was a catastrophe. Nothing went right at all. Nothing went right in any way. And after we did the errands, we went to a pizza place, and there was a very old man working there. Like if I had to guess, I'd say he's at least 60, maybe 70. Just fine. Nice guy. He took my order. Everything's good. And we ordered a thin crust pizza, well done, with a salad bar with barbecued wings. So Sarah and I were being like super fat asses, right? So he takes our order. Cool. and on the receipt you have the option to give a tip. And I asked him, I said, if I put a tip on this, does it go to you? He said, yes, it does. So then I gave him a pretty big tip just for taking our order, just because I respect, you know, an elderly man getting up and going to work for the day. He's taking pizza orders at whatever, 70 years old. I feel like that's incredible. So I wanted to give him a reward there, right? He was very happy about that. So I went and sat down, and Sarah pointed out, you don't have the plate for the salad bar. I said, oh yeah. So I went up to the counter. I said, hey man, just wondering, can we have one of the plates for the salad bar? He was like, oh my God, yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I didn't get that for you. I said, no problem, man. Don't worry. We're good. He goes, here you go. I'm so sorry. Don't worry. We're good. Okay, so then we eat the salad. The salad was really good. I liked it a lot. Great salad. I love salad. It's very hard to make me upset about making me a salad. I love every salad in the world. So then, a little bit later, the wings come out, and immediately, instantly, when he lays them down, I look at Sarah and I'm like, wait a minute. Something's wrong here, right? She's like, what's wrong? I go, the wings. The wings. You ordered honey barbecue wings, right? Well, look at them. There's no sauce on them, and they didn't give us any sauce. Those are just plain wings, right? They're not honey barbecue at all. They have no sauce on them. She goes, oh yeah. Oh well, whatever. Then Sarah ate the wings first, and she said, these wings are like severely undercooked. I took one bite of it, and I think it was, I don't know what the minimum requirements are when you're cooking for something to be considered raw, but I would say it was borderline raw, a raw, unsauced wing. And I took one bite of one, and I said, what the fuck is that? Anyway, we're waiting for the waiter to come back. He comes back. He brings our pizza. He sets it down, and immediately I just had to say something. I said, is this what we ordered? And he looked at me confused, like, I hope so. I'm like, well, we ordered a thin crust, well done pizza. I mean, the pizza had to be this thick. I'm not even kidding. It's like 2 inches thick. It was like almost a deep dish pizza. I just asked him, is this your thin crust? And he looks at me. He looks at the pizza. I'm like, is this the thin crust? He goes, oh my God, let me take it back. He must have went back to the kitchen and realized that it was his fault. He didn't ring it up correctly. So the cooks were probably like, look at the ticket. You told us to make a regular, like, fluffy pizza. If it was supposed to be thin crust, you didn't ring it up correctly. So then the old man came back to me, and he said, he was actually like devastated. Like, if I would have known it was going to inflict this much damage on him, I wouldn't have said anything. But he was very, very upset. He's like, I am so sorry. I'm the one who messed up. I rang in your pizza wrong. They're going to remake it for you immediately. I am so sorry. He left, and he just like has his head down. He comes back 5 minutes later. He says, your pizza is coming, man. I'm so sorry. He said, how are the wings? I'm like, the wings are great. Thank you. I wasn't about to, I didn't want to drive the dagger further into his heart. I was like, the wings are great, but he could see that we had put them to the side and weren't eating them anymore. He's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure. Came back 5 minutes later. He goes, dude, I'm so upset with myself here. Here's 2 coupons for a free, not a free pizza, but a huge discount. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I looked at him and said, hey, man, everything is okay. You're doing great. I make 500 mistakes a day. Don't worry about it, man. It's okay. We're chilling. We're playing games on our phone. Don't worry about it, man. It's okay. And he goes, no, this is going to bother me for a while. I'm sorry. He walked away again with his head down. I'm like, oh, God, I wish I would have never sent it back, man. I shouldn't have done that. The pizza comes out, finally, and the guy is watching us. I can feel him kind of watching across the restaurant because he's so scared that we aren't going to like it. The first thing is there thin crust? Like, they brought out the thin crust. Really wasn't thin at all. Like, I was like, God, man. This is the thin crust? This is thicker than most normal pizzas. Like, whatever. There's no way in hell I'm sending this one back. Then I tried it and I was like, bro, this pizza is not good, man. I'm like, okay, so the salad was really good. The wings were a 0. They weren't even cooked, and they didn't have the sauce that we ordered. And this pizza is not good. I'm sitting here with like these essentially 2 free pizza coupons. And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm like, okay, I need to somehow throw away this pizza and the wings without this guy seeing. I said, okay, I can see him watching me across the restaurant. It's like, let's wait till he goes in the kitchen and then we're going to throw it away. Nope. Before he ever went in the kitchen, he walked over to me. He goes, hey guys, how was it? And I go, it was great. And he goes, do you need a box? There's a lot of pizza left. And I go, no, that's okay, man. He's like, you didn't like it, did you? Tell me what was wrong with it. Did I mess something else up? I said, dude, you did a perfect job. You made our experience great today. Don't worry about it. We just weren't hungry. We just weren't nearly as hungry as we thought we were. We got filled up on the salad. We're good. Don't worry. He's like, I'm so sorry, man. Let me take this away from you. Let me throw it away for you. I'm so sorry. I go, don't worry, man. It's okay. Trust me. We're not upset about it at all. He threw away the stuff and he went back in the kitchen. I immediately jumped up and I went over to the next table over. It was pretty empty because the place sucks. But there was an older gentleman there, and I was like, hey, do you come here often? And he looked at me kind of snarky. He goes, well, I'm here right now, aren't I? I'm like, okay, yeah, you are. I'm going to give you these 2 coupons for like free pizzas. I just got these because they messed up my order, but I'm never coming back. So here, 2 free pizzas for you. He just kind of looked at me like, gave me this weird look. I said, Jesus Christ, let's get the hell out of this place. And then we left. Trust me. I have to have a very, 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 very negative experience for you to essentially give me 2 free pizzas and for me to decline it. I don't know if I've ever done that ever in my life anywhere, but I was like, I never want to come back here ever again. If I do, I'm just going to get the salad. Was Costco's pizza better? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. Is Costco's pizza better? Costco's is way cheaper. Okay, let's just say Costco's was better because it's cheaper. It's about the same. It's terrible. The main point here, is I really wanted to be nice to the elderly man working, a job designed for 16-year-olds. He probably needed some money, or maybe he didn't need the money. Maybe he just wanted to get back into the workforce. He thought retirement was boring, and maybe he likes this pizza place, and he, wanted to run the front counter. I wanted to make his day very good. I wanted to treat him very well. I wanted to give him a tip. But that's not what happened. It like completely ruined his day. It's like, oh my god. Oh no, I have 2 text messages. Please, no. God, no. Don't tell me somebody else needs me for something. You missed it. What was wrong? They just completely incorrectly made our pizza. They didn't make our pizza how it was supposed to be at all. The Pizza Hut story will live on forever. God, that's a good story. Why did I give him a tip in advance? Because I liked the guy and I wanted to support him no matter what. I don't like thick, greasy pizza. That's everything that I don't want in a pizza. Don't want it to be thick, and I don't want it to be greasy. If you do those 2 things, I'm gonna hate your pizza. Guaranteed. Sarah made a frozen pizza yesterday. Lots of matzo. I've already made it before. I already knew what was coming. Super thick. They put so much cheese on the frozen pizza that it's just a giant glob of fat, of greasy fat every time you make it. That's why I hate those pizzas. I'm playing solo right now because my brother is coming over any second. My brother's coming over any second, and he needs me to sign a bunch of forms because my mom passed away. So I'm gonna have to step away for that for a moment. And then we can team up here. Andrew, you just have to try it. Try roly-polying around. Try roly-polying around and see if you have enough CDR. How is Lee doing? He did great in the subathon. I think Lee's doing as well as one could expect. I mean, can I tell you something about Lee personally? I'll tell you something about Lee. In life, even though Lee was my brother, I don't think Lee and I, in general, were treated equally or we were given the same opportunities. In general, with a lot of people in our lives, I was favored. I would say my dad favored me over Lee pretty clearly. My dad loved Lee, but and there are a lot of other examples where in school I would get like 100s in everything. I would take the hardest classes, I'd get 100s in everything. I just frying, right? I'd take the standardized tests and I just destroy them and top percentile, right? Well, and I was the older brother. I went first. So then when my brother went through school after, he did very well. He's scoring like in the high 90s and everything. Like any parent's dream would be to have a son with Lee's scores. But somehow a lot of it was always like a comparison. It was always like people underestimated Lee all the time. They didn't really appreciate him for what he was doing like he should have been appreciated, because it was always a comparison thing. It's like, well, Lee, you got a 98 in math, but Ryan got a 100. Instead of being happy that Lee got a 98 in math or something. Anyway, the entire reason why I'm telling you this is there haven't been a lot of people in Lee's life who have been really fair to him. A lot of people have picked on him. I picked on him, but I'm supposed to. I'm his older brother. I'm not an adult. I'm supposed to beat him up and pour cheese on his pizza and ruin his birthday. That's literally my job. So I get a pass. But everybody else has not really been fair to Lee. Not really. Anyway, so you want to know who was the person who was always fair to Lee? You want to know the person who did view Lee as an equal to me? One of the only people ever in his life was my mom. My mom, the two people I would say in Lee's life who appreciate him for what he does and are fair to him, try to be in every aspect, are me, and my mom. So the two worst things that could happen to Lee are to lose my mom and to lose me. Here's Lee right here. So the original question was, how is Lee taking my mom's death? Probably not well. What's up? Yeah, crying today. Yeah, me too. I just sat down, and then I sat down. I got 2 phone calls. I said, by the way, Lee's about to come over. I got to get up again. I was like, I wish people would stop calling me about anything.
Like I called you, which you hate, tell you there's a call coming, and then called you back like 20 minutes later. It's like, hey, fuck.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you what happened to me?
Yeah.
I told you.
Doesn't compare to the suffering I've been through today. Dude, I've been from 8 to noon. I spent almost 3 hours and 15 minutes on hold. 4 hours I was on the phone with 5 different people.
Okay, give me 1 minute, and I'm gonna take a break and get that stuff done for you, so you don't have to be here. All right, so I need to let me finish this run, and then I gotta go sign a bunch of papers with Lee because my mom died. Lee's taking care of everything as he usually does, and I just sign on the dotted line. We have to fill out some forms.
Fidelity couldn't believe it. Like, here's the information. I was like, hey, I got a social if you need it. She's like, really?
Yeah, everyone that I talk to about mom's death, like everything is like 50-50 or whatever, and they're like, so, like, how is it gonna go with, like, you and your brother? I go, I mean, what do you mean? And they're like, is there gonna be, like, any drama? I'm like, no? What? And they're like, oh my god, you guys are rare. Everyone thinks it's, like, an anomaly that a parent can die and leave their children something and, I guess, not have a big fight about it. Like, I don't get it. I need about 30 more seconds. You watched us playing yesterday? Bro, I don't know if you could tell. Could you see the lobbies we were playing yesterday? Dude, we were facing like... Sometimes we were facing like top 100 Unreal players in our lobbies. It's just unbelievable. some of the people we get matched against, I grinded all the way up to Unreal. Sarah grinded up to Unreal twice. She has 2 Unreal accounts. We are very well aware of the spectrum of players, but man, dude, the level of players they pair us against, like our hidden MMR, has to be insane. All right, be right back, guys. Papa, Frihets, Peter, thank you so much for the subs. Morpheus, thanks for the 5 gifted. Let me go sign some papers, then we'll be back and blast. Be right back. Okay. I just got a text from somebody else saying somebody else is going to call me about a different problem. Yay. So I'm going to get another call. Just realized my mic was muted. God, I'm losing my mind over here. My bad. My bad. I just said, so I just signed all the papers with Lee, and now I just got a text from somebody else saying that some other company is going to call me that wants to talk to me about something that another issue that I have to solve. So just been one of those days, man. So we'll see who calls me next. Does anybody want a job as a secretary? I'll pay you in tacos. Sarah perked up. Be honest with you, I feel kind of sick. I did barely ate any of that pizza, but I feel kind of sick after eating it. Not feeling so good. We'll just drink some water and we'll be fine. How many tacos we talking about? I'll make you as many tacos as you can eat. There's nothing better than making a shitload of tacos and having people devour them. That's me spreading happiness in the world. Lee came over for tacos the other day. I like set, I don't know, maybe 4 tacos down in front of him. And guys, my tacos are loaded. There's not like one little scoop of meat at the bottom. They're full. So 4 of my tacos are gonna give your gut a Bruce Lee roundhouse kick. So he was like, it had everything. It had the beef, the sour cream, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomatoes, even homemade guacamole, and the hot sauce and the salsa. It had everything, man. And so he's eating them. He's happy. He's chilling. The moment he was about done with the 4th taco, lay a new plate in front of him. 5 more gargantuan tacos. And he looked at me. He's like, "Are you one of those weird people that like gets off on putting a shitload of food in front of people?" I'm like, I mean, kinda, yeah, if they're tacos. He's like, "I can't eat 5 more." And I said, "Okay, well, eat as many of them as you can, and then trust me, I know someone who can finish the rest of them. His name is Rax." So we only ate like 1 or 2 more. I'm like, "Okay, here I go." Am I a feeder? Is that what is that? Is that the term for the weird people that like Silence of the Lambs kind of thing, where you like fatten them up and throw them in a hole or whatever? A feeder and a gainer. I mean, probably not. No. No. The only thing is with homemade tacos, when someone comes over and we're making tacos, if I ask you how many tacos do you want, if you say a number under 10, I'm going to be very, very upset. It's just with tacos, man. Everyone needs to eat a very large amount of tacos for, I don't know, no reason. Just because. Just because. Feed their partner. It gives them happiness and dopamine from eating. They fall in love with feeding them. Okay, that's starting to sound kind of weird. I would say no. None of that weird stuff. It's fun to make good food for your friends. And if that food happens to be tacos, everyone better eat a shitload of tacos. That's about it. That's all kind of sound kind of weird. I like to think I'm a pretty normal guy. I don't have any weird shit going on. I'm pretty vanilla around here. By the way, did we get anybody who wants to play? No, chat, he outed himself. You guys want to see a picture of Canny? Look at this one. Candy's cute. Hell yes. Texasy, you want to leech on your Barb? Do you think I'm going to let your stupid ass Barb come in and leech Texasy? You think I'm that stupid? All right, fine. What's your account name, Texasy? Are we already friends? We played already. Pretty sure we're already friends, aren't we? By the way, guys, I sent a message to XD, the Torchlight people. I said, hey, guys, you guys sponsored me. You guys sponsored me to play one stream. But Torchlight is actually really fun. Can we make like a new deal? Why don't you sponsor me to play like after Diablo 4 for like a week or something so I can make a super strong character? How about that? I said I'll even give you a discount. Can we like make a new deal? So I'm just gonna see if XD is interested. I wasn't kidding when I say I have a lot of fun playing Torchlight. Game's fun, man. It's fun because you move so fast. You just open up like a pit or whatever, and you just clear it. Dead. Gone. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, I have the new hero. I mean, I could take her to the endgame and make her like an Ultima god. If it was fun enough, though, would you do it for free? Can I be perfectly honest with you? There is no way that I should say this. I shouldn't say this. This is stupid, but I'm just going to tell you anyway because I just don't care. I like to think in my mind. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, and you guys are biased because you're watching me. So if you're watching me, you probably like me. But I think I have a reputation in the Diablo community or the ARPG community, correct me if I'm wrong, for being a no bullshit, honest guy, right? I just tell you actually what I think, and that's it. So I'm gonna follow that rule and tell you again. I would play it for free. I would actually. The reason why I don't just jump in and play it for free is because, I mean, we've been working together as like a partnership since the alpha of the game. So I just don't want to voluntarily relinquish that if I don't have to. But that's why I'm willing to renegotiate it with them and make it more favorable. Someone asked me the other day when I'm playing Torchlight, Rax, if you say you like Torchlight so much as you actually do, then why don't you just play it? It's like, well, there is also a little bit of a business side of it. Another thing about it is I would way rather make money from sponsors than from you guys. Whenever you guys gift me 5 subs, that's whatever, $25. That's $25 out of your pocket and then into mine. I like that a lot less than working with a company and them paying me. That makes me feel a lot better. So Torchlight and I have been working together on these partnerships for a long time. I'd just much rather make a new deal and make it more favorable. You know what I mean? If I just start playing Torchlight all the time every season, then they're just going to cancel the thing. And then when they cancel it, then I'm going to be mad, and then I'm not going to play it even though I want to play it. I just don't want to deal with any of that nonsense. They don't want me to not play it. So I actually think it would be a lose-lose. So that's why I sent them a message. I said, let's make a new deal, and I'm willing to make it more I want to make a new deal, and I want to make it more favorable for you. You should definitely want to do that. Why don't we do that? Yeah, it also sets a bad, like, yeah, a bad precedent. Yeah, so. Daywalker, DJ. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. By the way, Texasy, you said you would pay me 5 subs to do this. You don't have to pay me 5 subs. I forgot to say that. You don't need to give me 5 subs. I'll help your barb. Sarah, do you want to leech on these runs? What? Okay, Sarah said no. Does somebody else want to either come play or leech? I got 1 spot. If someone's already leeching, might as well get another leecher. I mean, might as well just help you. Just want somebody who hasn't gotten a chance to play with me. Lord Back T. Have you gotten to play with me or no? If you haven't, then I'm getting you. You have not. Okay. And tell me, are you a leecher or can you play? I don't care one way or another. I'm just trying to figure out what tier I should open. You can actually play. Okay. How do I feel about Flurry Rogue? I'll be honest with you, I haven't played it in so long. I don't think I would be able to intelligently speak on it. So I would say I don't have an opinion currently. Drogo, thank you so much for the 4 gifted, my friend. Appreciate you. Darius, doing runs for the community in 2 hours. Okay. Darius is going to be running people through. Thank you, Darius. What a guy. You got COVID. Alex got COVID too from Maxroll. He's the one that facilitates the relationship with XD, by the way. Shout out to Alex. Alex has COVID as well. The other day, I was feeling very feverish and sick. I actually thought I had COVID the other day. You'll be lurking today. You got bad news that your sister got her tumor back in her brain and she only has a 4% chance to survive. Daywalker, can you give me more information on this? Do you know more about the tumor? What kind of tumor is it? Is it a glioblastoma? Or do you know any more about it? Do you know what kind of a tumor it is, where it is, the size of it? All of my family are doctors, and believe this is going to make me sound like Jeffrey Dahmer, but I actually thought for a long time in my life I would be a brain surgeon. I've actually watched a lot of brain surgeries before on YouTube. There's a lot of surgeries that you can watch. And I kind of study the brain for fun. Because I think it's like fascinating how it works. Anyway, that's the weirdest shit you're gonna hear from me today, but what can you tell me more? If you have any info. Obviously, this is horrible news for your sister. Take this tribute of harmony. Jeffrey Dahmer, the people Dahmer. I haven't heard that one. Jesus. You're going to get more news on Friday when she meets the experts. All right. I would be very if you feel like sharing, obviously don't share personal information you don't want. My uncle is a pretty famous doctor in the United States. He's one of the absolute goats. He was the head of the ER section of the Mayo Clinic for many, many, many years. So he's a super god. So I'm sure you're already getting top tier care, but I would not mind pitching your sister's case to my uncle to see what he thinks. I really, really hope your sister doesn't have a glioblastoma. It's very strange, though. It's very strange. They diagnosed her with essentially a fatal brain tumor, but they're going to give her the details on Friday. That's usually not the correct order of operations in medicine, right? They don't walk in and say, hello, you're dying. We'll talk to you about it on Friday. Usually the prognosis is the last thing you talk about, right? Usually you talk about the condition first. And if it was that severe and she only has a 4% chance to survive, why are we waiting 4 days to talk about our options? So like a biopsy done or something? Or this thing sounds a little weird. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I'm trying to think about your sister. You live in Sweden. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in Sweden. Shit. Okay. Probably can't help you then. Maybe the order of operations is different in Sweden. Your mom that. Sorry to hear that, Stelly. I hope he's okay, crazy biatch. They do the same thing in Hungary for some reason. Okay, so maybe that's just how healthcare is in the other things. The United States, if you have if you're having a diagnosis and a consultation of for a doctor, usually the doctor will, they will do all the tests and explain to you what's going on first before telling you, here's what we're looking at here. Either way, it doesn't matter. What am I using besides PocQ? Zolzal. The 20% life buffs over power damage. Oh my god, Blizzard. How bad is Druid this season? Relative to the Spiritborn, terrible. In the grand scheme of things, probably okay. Saw Boiler doing pit 98 or something. Where is... I don't get it. Oh, it's down here. It's hard. Oh, I can't even use it. I keep forgetting. All right, Daywalker. I hope everything goes well for your sister, man. Keep me posted. Keep me posted on how she's doing. I believe she's gonna make it through. Sounds like she went through once. She survived once, right? Had an operation 2 years ago, you said? Survived it. We just do it again. They say 4% chance to survive. That's no problem. We hit 4%ers all the time. We just need to keep her spirits up. Yeah. Try to keep her spirits up. Try to get her thoughts off of it. Just go over there and play games with her and make her tacos. That'll make her feel better. We lost somebody? Yeah, I've had this built. I'm running the Gorilla build. I've been running this for a while. Did somebody get kicked out? Kicked out Battlebert. No problem, I got you. All right. Yeah, destruction, it's a glitch. It's been reported. Can't click some of the wells. No idea why. It's a bug. It's been reported. They'll fix it. Surprised it isn't already fixed. Probably get it in the mid-season patch. Yep. It's very frustrating to finally find one and then you can't click it. It's stupid. Time is just a concept, man. Where does the damage come on Quill Volley? Well, other than literally it coming from Quill Volley, it probably has to do with when your resolve stacks are maxed, right? Because almost all of these bugs are coming from redirected force. So critical strike damage equal to 60% of your block chance. Your block chance can go through the roof based upon your resolve stacks. So when you hit your armored hide, doesn't armored hide put you at max resolve, which sends your block chance to oblivion, which sends your critical strike damage to oblivion, and then once you land a hit after you have maxed block, you hit for like 10 bajillion damage. That's why you masterwork resolve stacks on everything. Yeah, then you have viscous shields, and then there's other bugs. There's a lot of things that are double dipping on the Spiritborn. In the Diablo partner Discord, there's a long list of them that double dip. So, first thing you need to do with the Spiritborn is remove all the bugs. The bugs, the double dipping, the extra zeros that are being added from everything, the mechanics that are not supposed to be working as they are. And then we'll see where the Spiritborn is at. A lot of their damage is just from bugged mechanics. It's not a guaranteed chance, Big Punisher. When you upgrade a glyph, there's a % chance for it to work. There's a % chance for it to work. If you are 10 levels or higher, if your clear is 10 levels or higher than the current glyph level that you're trying to upgrade, then it's guaranteed. Otherwise, the drop chance drops lower and lower and lower, down to 0% at a certain point. Okay. Yeah, Daywalker, I'd need to know more. Let me know how the consultation goes and what they tell you and what I need the actual diagnosis. When you have the diagnosis, let me know. Yep. Yeah, this is DM's charity hoodie. He did a charity. You were diagnosed with a lung tumor over the, did you say over the phone? They told you over the phone that you had a lung tumor? That sounds very unprofessional. I haven't played in a few weeks, past 225, and it went fine. That's good to hear, man. That was going to be my follow-up, obviously. Good to hear, man. Good. What's the play time from 225 to 300? Okay. This is the easiest way that I can explain it to you. So, Paragon 243. 243 is 10% of the way to 300. So, the moment that you reach Paragon 243, you need to do what you have already done 9 more times. If you do it 9 more times, you're done. Paragon 284. So one level, one below the level that I am currently at, is halfway. One more time, just for clarity. 243 is 10% of the way to 300. 284 is half. So if you got to 284, you have to do that again to get to 300. I can also tell you, this will be a relief to a lot of you, these last Paragon levels are borderline useless. In my Paragon board right now, I have all of the defense, I have all of the offense, I have maxed out glyphs everywhere possible, full radius, everything. And these next, I don't know, 15 points, I don't need them at all. Like, the amount that it's going to increase my damage is almost 0. So you do not need to get to Paragon 300. You don't need to get anywhere near Paragon 300 to get nearly all of the value out of the Paragon board. Okay, Daywalker sounds good. Yeah, so you do not need to level to 300. I told them to add the right click back to updating the glyphs. Yes, it is, Johnny. Visca's Shields is bugged. The Jaguar main hall is bugged. This thing. Redirected Force is bugged. There's a lot of bugs that are making you do this much damage. I don't know if they will fix it mid-season, but certainly by the start of Season 7, the bugs will be gone. No more Torchlight. I actually am talking to XD about if we can play some more Torchlight. I'm trying to work out a new deal with them. I've been friends with XD for a long time. I helped them in the alpha of their game when people weren't even playing, try to help make it better. So they sponsor me pretty much for a stream every single season, but I like the game. So I told them, can we make a new deal? Can we do it maybe for more streams? And I'm even willing to take less money. So I'm just waiting to hear back on what they say. I'm willing to take less money. You posted something in Discord gaming setups and you're looking for some feedback from someone who knows PCs, okay? I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm a dumbass with PCs, but I'm not the world's leading expert. If anybody is a PC or gaming setup guru, if you wouldn't mind going in the Discord and giving him some feedback. Exclamation Discord if you're up for it. I've asked for that too, Neela. I hope so, Neela. I've asked that. Guys, I get it. Blizzard doesn't have infinite resources to do every little change that we ask for. But believe me from the bottom of my heart when I say this, if Blizzard would implement every idea that I've given them over the years, all of them, the second that I report them, if it was just in the game the next week, the game would be very different. Maybe not all of my ideas are good, but I'm not stupid enough to think that. But I'm the one in the Discord. You heard Woody say it on the podcast yesterday with Mods and DM. You hear Woody said something to the effect of, "You want to know who's the king of bitching about everything to Blizzard? It's Rax. Trust me." Yeah. I did tell him about the vacuum pickup and the pet picking up more items. I even talked about the speed at which the pet picks up the items is too slow if you have a really zoomy build. No one's better at complaining than me. No one. Ask anyone in the partner program who's the king of complaining. I was born to complain. Whenever Blizzard gets a little notification in the Discord and someone has said something, they're just praying that it's not from me. They're like, "Oh, please, God, not this dumbass again. Can only take so much of this." I think of myself as the guy. What's his name? Herbert the pervert on Family Guy. When the muscly armed paperboy comes through, and he's leaving all the voicemails on his phone thing, trying to reach him. He's like 500 voice messages, and then on the last voice messages, he just goes, "Guess who?" I feel like that's me. Whenever they hear the ping on Discord, they're like, "Oh, please don't be Rax." Then I should start off every message with, "Guess who?" I'm pretty sure they hate me. But I'm QAing their game for free. So do they hate me or do they like me? Maybe both at the same time. You're the king of complaining and the king of ordering food, or am I the king of anything else? I used to be the king of the Pokemon card game. I used to be world #1 ranked. I got an all-expense paid trip to represent the United States at Nationals and represent the United States at Worlds when I was in 7th grade. So I am Ash Ketchum, or I was when I was in 7th grade. That's about it, I think. Or I'm the Taco King, the king of complaining, and I was the Pokemon King. That's about it, I think. When I was in 7th grade, which was 97 was 5th grade. 97 was 5th grade, so 99 or 2000-ish. 24 years ago. I still remember my deck like it's nothing. You open up with a Scyther, and you just have Scythers sit out there. You computer search a Psychic Energy plus anything else. Lay down your entire bench. Professor Oak your hand. Draw new cards. Retreat Scyther. Bring out movie Mewtwo. Energy removal, anything that the opponent is doing. If you have a super energy removal and he also has a movie Mewtwo, you remove both of the psychic energies. So that way he has to somehow have another psychic energy in his hand or a computer search or an oak. Otherwise, his Mewtwo can't hit. If your Mewtwo hits first, it doesn't matter anyway because you're going to kill him first anyway, unless he has a heal or a potion in his hand. And those are terrible cards to be carrying. So if he has a heal or a potion in his hand and he's trying to save his Mewtwo, he's going to lose the game anyway because I'm going to have a movie Mewtwo on my bench. I only have to draw one psychic, one oak, one computer search, one psychic energy, and on the scoop up, the Mewtwo doesn't die. He draws no prizes. The energy goes to the discard pile, and then you get to bring in the other Mewtwo for free, and he has full power as long as you can pair it with a super energy removal. He can't hit you on the next turn anyway, unless he has a psychic energy. So even if you're carrying a potion, you lose anyway. So, I mean, there's other little tricks you can do, but you throw a Hitmonchan in there in case they have a colorless with just a couple fighting energies, which can also serve as the colorless energy for Mewtwo's major attack. And you don't want to run a ton of different colored energies because then you're going to dilute the pool and not have the psychic when you need it. And that's it. There's nothing they can do about it. There's no solution for it. It's a devastating deck that cannot be countered. That's it. And you just go to the tournaments and just farm everybody. And that's what I did for a long time. Some people in chat must remember these cards and must follow what I'm saying. It can't only be me. Johan Bubby Inforlow. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. Bubby, thanks for the 500 bits, my friend. Black Phoenix gifted 5 and Zealous gifted 5. Thank you, guys. I've never played Magic. People said that I would love Magic. I've never played it before. I would probably like it a lot. All I ever see on YouTube is this Magic the Gathering player cheated in this tournament, and here's how he cheated. Either a false shuffle or moving cards to the top of his deck or playing the cards incorrectly or something or other, cheating or inspecting the opponent's deck and putting the bad cards on the top or this or that or da-da-da-da-da. I mean, you know. All I ever see is Jim Bob cheated in Magic the Gathering, Bob Jim cheated in the Magic the Gathering, Jim Bob Joe cheated in, so I just assume every single player is a cheater. And no one has ever played a legitimate game of the game ever. That's what I know about Magic. You were really good at Magic the Gathering, then you went to the Pro Tour in Puerto Rico and got shit on? Damn, those Puerto Ricans, man. Don't trust YouTube. Well, I mean, it's from like really, really reputable YouTubers. Like, what's his name? Nikachu? Is that his name? He covers all the cheaters or whatever, or everybody's cheating on everything. Probably Andrew, probably the Dance of Knives Rogue. We could try 105s. The idea here is to go fast. Turning up the difficulty doesn't help much. The thing that matters is speed, speed, speed. So if we can do these in 90-second average, then we could turn it up. I'd be honest with you, I haven't really been paying attention. We need to be doing 90-second averages. So that's what we need. If we're doing these in 90 seconds or better, then we can turn it up. Otherwise, you just lose XP. And the truth is there's cheating everywhere, right? It's not just in Magic the Gathering, it's in everything. Look at this game that we played. Do you know how many people RMT and bought in Diablo 4? It's a colossal number. This is why the prices are so ridiculous. People are duping items. You know. People cheat in everything in life. This is not something new. Do I need opals? Yes, I do. I need to, once I run out, I'm going to see if anybody wants to sell me any. Okay, how fast is that? I wasn't really paying attention. You can try 105s, why not? What would I say is missing the most in Diablo 4? Well, the obvious answer is the armory system. The ability to switch builds is not there. That's a massive mistake. If you're asking me personally, the thing that I dislike the most about Diablo 4 is there's absolutely nothing to do. So, when Season 7 starts, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I am going, on the very first day, I'm going to be probably Paragon, I don't know, let's say 150 at least, maybe 200. Paragon 200. And I will be in World Tier 4. And I will have my gear probably mostly set up, maybe other than the Mythic Uniques. And I'm going to have the T4 raid done. And yeah, I'm going to have my glyphs at least to, I don't know, level 70 each. All of them. I'll have all that done on the first day, easily. And then, what do I do? Okay, the next day I'll do boss rotations, and I'll get my mythics. And that's it. I'm done. There's nothing to do, man. And then people say, well, that's because you play all the time. No, I just told you I can do it in a single day. This is one day. Probably 24 hours of playing, sure. But a single day, you're done with the whole thing. nothing to grind, nothing to go for, no achievements to go for, no titles, no mounts, no leaderboards to compete on. There's nothing to do. That's the biggest problem with Diablo 4, man. There's nothing to do. You can easily beat everything in Diablo 4 in 24 hours. If you take the Friday off or whatever, the Tuesday off that it comes out, you drink a Red Bull, you follow my guide, you just monkey see, monkey do. Watch what I'm doing and do it yourself. You can do it solo, by the way. You don't need a group by yourself. You can have the whole game done. That's for sure. The pit pushing is giga boring. You want to know what's the problem with pit pushing? I explained this yesterday. If someone comes up to me and says, I have cleared pit 150, that is equivalent to saying, my gear is good enough to clear pit 150. A lot of times, the people who are clearing pit 150, they RMT'd their gear. A lot of times, they didn't even farm it themselves. Well, let's say that they did. That's cool. You farm the gear, but you don't exude any skill in the pit. You walk in a straight line. The monsters can't kill you. Then you fight the boss, and as long as you don't get hit by a bunch of stacks, you kill the boss too. It's just a function of how good is your gear. There's no skill to exude in it. It's not difficult at all. In Diablo 3, if they gave us a build that, let's say, could clear GR 120, like the average person could clear GR 120 on it, I could clear GR 130 on it, 10 tiers higher. And that's 1.17 to the 10th power harder, which is a huge multiplier. It's way, way harder. And I can still do it because there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of skill in Diablo 3. There is none in Diablo 4. None. Zero. There's a little bit of skill in Uber Lilith, a little bit of skill in Beast and Ice and Andariel if you don't one-shot them. But people just one-shot them. So now there's no skill again. So that's the problem. You could say it's boring, but it also is skill-less. It means actually nothing to say that you've cleared pit 150. Nothing. Doesn't mean anything. It means you have really good gear. And that's awesome. I'm glad that you have really good gear. RMT means real money transaction. How much is a 4GA Scorn of the Earth worth? As far as I know, there aren't any meta builds that use it, right? So I would guess pretty much nothing. What's the most difficult video game? Oh, probably one of the old NES games like Mega Man or Ninja Gaiden or probably not Cuphead, but Cuphead's pretty tough. Lion King is very hard with the hyenas. Yeah, Lion King is tough. Battletoads is considered tough. Usually when people talk about the most difficult games, usually they say stuff like Ninja Gaiden. What's the toughest modern game? I don't mean this in like a cocky or arrogant way, but I don't know if I've played a video game where I was sitting back to myself and I said, man, this is really hard or this is too hard lately. Uh, well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what you mean by that. If you mean like the hardest possible levels on the games, like some of the Super Meat Boy levels, or what's the rhythm game? What's the There's another rhythm game that's really popular that's extremely difficult in the hardest levels. I can't remember what it's called though. Geometry Dash, but that's not the one I was thinking of. OSU. Yes, I watched the world record thing on that. I don't think that's it either. It's like Super Meat Boy. I don't think it's either of those games. There's another one, really, really popular. Not like a rhythm game, but like a jumpy game. Celeste, that one. Celeste. That's it. Celeste. That game's pretty fucking hard when you get to the hardest levels. Parappa the Rapper. I remember playing that endlessly at Best Buy. That was the only game demo that they had, and so I just would sit there at Best Buy playing Parappa the Rapper. There were like little kids behind me, like with their moms, like hoping that I would get off of the demo station so they could try it. But I was also a kid, so the mom didn't want to be rude and tell me to stop playing. And so I realized I was very socially aware of what was going on, but I don't need to let Timmy play for 4 seconds. Timmy's never going to be good. So I need to be practicing Parappa the Rapper because I might become the next rapper. So I was very well aware of what was going on. Of course, I remember there was another thing. There was a demo of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I would play that. And my dad actually gave me this idea. He goes, "Hey Ryan, we're gonna go to Best Buy. You play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna walk around and look at everything." And my dad's like, "Ryan, you want to know how you can play the entire time and never let anybody else play? What you do is you grab the controller, you start playing, start over, and then anybody who comes up, just say, 'Hey man, the second I die, you can play, and just don't die.'" And I was like, "Dad, you're a genius." So I remember doing the same thing on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, and then I finally had it reverse unoed and done to me when I went on a vacation to Jamaica with my mom. There was this giant pool, and there was a basketball thing you could shoot. You could shoot hoops in the pool. And I go, "Mom, I'm literally gonna go to the pool. I'm gonna shoot hoops all day." When I got there, there was this fat guy and his wife were just sitting like under the basket, like talking and like casually throwing some shots at the basket, but not really. They were just like talking. So I just sat kind of very, very close, just waiting for them to swim away. And I'm like, okay, whenever they swim away, I'm going to get that basketball and I'm going to have it the entire day. And then Fat Ass and his wife just never moved. They just sat there for hours and hours as I got actually badly sunburned in the Caribbean weather. And I was just getting nuked. And I was like, this isn't good. This isn't good. Finally, hours later, they finally moved, and I swam up to the ball, and the guy looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, dude. I kind of saw you over there for hours. Did you actually want to play?" Shit, dude, I would have moved instantly if you would have asked me. I was like, I didn't say this, but I'm thinking to him, okay, my friend, brain on here. This is the largest pool I've ever seen. It's like 10 Olympic-sized pools. And you and your wife, who don't want to play basketball, decided to sit underneath the basketball hoop for hours. And, like, have you ever, like, used your brain before? If you didn't want to play, why did you stand there's so much open pool? Why did you go here of all places? Sometimes, guys, we got to engage the mind here. So I had it done to me in Jamaica. Wife is going to McDonald's. What do I order? Very first thing, text to see, give her your phone. She needs to do 2 mobile orders. And take both phones with her with both codes. That's the first step. Now, you ask me, what do you order? What do you want? And then I will tell you how to do it. What do you want? Tell me what you and your wife want. We're going to save you a bunch of money. And we might have to edit your order slightly to save you a bunch of money. You're not a big fan of McDonald's, so you'll just use my order. I think everything at McDonald's is okay, except for the filet of fish is probably actually okay. I just don't like fish, so I guess it's not fair for me to say I hate the filet of fish. I just hate all fish in general. So, do you want a burger? Do you want chicken nuggets? You got to give me something here. Tell me what you want. You got to give me something here. And what does your wife want? We got to use both apps to save money. You want a burger, and she always does this. She gets the 2 cheeseburger thing. Okay, so that's not good. The 2 individual cheeseburger meal is not very easy to manipulate. But you want a burger. Okay, so here's what I would advise for you. Open up the app, and your app. Okay, so we're gonna get you and your wife the same order, but we're gonna do it differently. Open up the app and see if the app has the deal for a free any size fry. Okay? That's the first step. Do you have the deal for any size fry? If you have that deal, add it to your bag, both of them. So what both of you will do is you add, obviously, a large fry. If it's any size, get the large. So now we have a large fry for free. Then what you do is you add a McDouble, not a cheeseburger, not a double cheeseburger. It has to be a McDouble. Put a McDouble in your cart, and then put another McDouble in your cart. When you put 2 McDoubles in your cart, it has another bonus that stacks with the free fry. It's not supposed to, but it does. It's like Blizzard bugs with the multipliers. It's the same thing here. It must be 2 McDoubles. So you're going to get, one of them is going to cost you like $2.50, depending upon where you live, and then the other one is going to cost you only $1. So far we've saved about $5.50 because the free large fry is about $3.50. You're going to save about $1.50. So I guess you saved about $5. Then usually one of the cheapest items to order individually is the drink. So then separately on each app, just add whatever you want, a medium Coke, whatever the drink is you want, manually add that, should only be about $1 more. So the total cost should only be about $4 on each order. And you got a large fry, 2 McDoubles, and a medium or a large drink. As 1,000 billion times better deal than you're going to get anywhere in fast food, except with the exception of the biggie bag from Wendy's. It's the stacking discounts. So she's going to get a McDouble, and then you said she gives one of them to her kids, and then her kid's going to get a McDouble. Now, you maybe don't want 2 McDoubles. Like, maybe that's like too much carbs or whatever. So what you do is, if you get 2 McDoubles, when you get them, flip them both upside down and take off the bottom bun, the bottom one, not the top one. Take off the bottom bun of each McDouble. Then stack the McDoubles. Now you have a quad cheeseburger, and you took away the 2 pieces of bread, the bottom one, that taste shittier and that are thicker. And then you have the thinner buns on the top and on the bottom. And then you have a quad cheeseburger, and you eliminated 2 entire buns for less carbs. That way you only had 1 burger. That's how I would do that order. If you don't have the deal for free fries, then we're going to have to improvise. Free any size fry, but that's usually the best one to use. Yeah, I mean, yeah. People suck at ordering food, man. Not MVP. Thank you so much for the prime, man. We got to lower this, guys. We're clearing these way too slow. You out of here? Back to you? All right, buddy. McDonald's usually costs your family of 8 $50 to $60. How many phones do you have, J.K. Smith, in your household? I need an account name. Does anybody want to come play Speed 100s that hasn't gotten a chance to play with me? What's the plan if there's no free fry? Well, it depends. Every area has different bonuses. Let's look at mine. Let's look at my deals without the free fry. What would I do instead? The free fry is going to save you the most money by far. Deals. The deals today on the McDonald's app are 40% off a 20-piece, $1 coffee, a Big Mac if you spend $15. That one sucks. See, this one's very, very strong. This is another very, very strong coupon. Buy a breakfast sandwich, get one free. Buy a breakfast sandwich, get one free. Incredibly strong. Buy a Happy Meal, get one free. There's also 20% off your order. So for any order, if you're not going to get chicken nuggets here, you'd have to use the 20% off. But every $5 you spend, you save $1. Pretty good. Use. I guess it doesn't matter in that case. Splitting the orders doesn't actually help you in that case, because 20% is 20% no matter what. McDonald's breakfast is very good. I agree. I don't think it's good for you, but in terms of taste, I think McDonald's breakfast is definitely above average. Their McGriddles are good. Their McMuffins are good. even their quote unquote big breakfast is good. The problem with their big breakfast is it has so many calories. That's what you order when you live, the 2 McDoubles, the large fry, and the drink. Do you use the same method, Tube Sock? Do you use the app? Because it sounds like you're getting a killer deal. It sounds like you use the app. Because it's going to be very hard for you to get 2 McDoubles, a large fry, and a large drink without using the app. Yeah, you use the app. So do you do exactly what I said? Do you do app, free fry, 2 McDoubles, and the large drink manually? Is that what you do? In my opinion, if I could have, I guess to be fair, I've never had the Wendy's breakfast baconator. People say it's really good. I've never had it before, but people say that the Wendy's breakfast baconator is really, really good, and it could be. I've never had it. Other than obviously the stuff I haven't tried, if you like ignoring calories, right? All of this is going to be terrible for you. So if we're ignoring calories, I would take a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's over any breakfast sandwich anywhere. Although I will admit, I do like the croissantwiches from Burger King. I hate Burger King. I think Burger King sucks, but their croissantwiches are actually pretty good. But I still think I'd take the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle over any of them. Am I bored yet? I'm not bored because when I play Diablo 4, I'm putting actually 0% of my brain power into this game. What I'm doing is I'm streaming. I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm chatting with you guys about life. I'm answering your guys' questions. I'm just this is my relaxation time. When I get off of stream, guys, I got to do a ton of work. A ton of work, work. Boring as shit. I'm sad. I'm crying. So I try to cherish these moments. If I was just sitting here paying attention to Diablo 4, I would have been bored on like the second day. But I'm not bored because I'm hanging out with you guys. Not bored at all. Texasy, I told you did not have to give me the 5 subs, man. Spend that on McDonald's, man. Thanks for the subs, man. That was very nice of you. Didn't have to do that. I said you could come for free. Is trading a Zol rune for an Eom fair? They're both valuable legendary runes. I don't see why not. Forta Rake. I better keep this. Just in case. Hey, Textasy, are you still here? I have a question for you. Do you have any opals that you don't want? Or anybody in my party, Street or Dizzy, do any of you guys have opals that you are willing to part with? I will pay you for them. I will pay any of you 20 million gold per opal, any flavor. I don't care what the reward is. Could be the shittiest reward ever. I'll pay you 20 million per. Opals are not account bound. You can trade them. You'll give me 25 of them for free. That's very nice of you, but I have a very, very strict rule around here. I always have to pay for what I earn, because if I just start taking handouts from the community, you want to know what's going to happen? I'm going to be out of touch with you guys. I'm not going to be relatable at all. And I'm just going to be the piece of shit that takes handouts and doesn't actually play the game. And I don't like watching Rax. And I hate that. So if I ever need something, I'm going to pay a fair price for them. I only give away for free. I don't get for free. In the rare, rare moment where someone is giving me something that I need badly, I will pay them back swiftly with interest. I don't take things from people. I don't ever do it, and I never plan to. It just makes me a piece of shit if I do that. Not doing it. But Rax, you've stolen my heart. I didn't steal it. You gave it to me for free. Thank you. Open trade, but only trade me the ones you don't want. Sure. Open trade with me, guys. Only trade me what you don't want. Did this... Looks like this messed up or something. I think he's trading with the wrong... I think you're trading with the wrong person, Dizzy. You're trading with this guy. For the love of God, don't give him all your opals. Be careful, Dizzy. Be careful. You're not trading with me. $100 million gold. Thanks, man. Yeah, but Zol, you wear it. People need Zol because you actually wear it, not for crafting. See Zolzal? That's why Zol has value. Okay. 7. So it sounds like I owe you 140 million gold, don't I? Thank you. Lit. Now I have opals. Thank you. Can you talk quickly about your build? I'm a relatively new player on D4. I'm running the full Jaguar build. Why do you mix the spirits? So that's kind of a deep question. So I guess I could see why, as a new player, you would think, oh, if I'm going Jaguar, I just go Jaguar, 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 right? And that's what I do. But usually that's a mistake. Okay, so when you're mousing over your skills, you say you're playing Jaguar, so maybe you're playing Rake or something. Any Jaguar skill at the top has the Jaguar tag, which that's what makes it a Jaguar skill. What you usually want to do in any game, in these games, for any build, is you want to take one thing, like Rake, and you want to buff it as much as you possibly can. You want one thing to do all of your damage, and you will do anything to buff up that damage. So when you look at the first Spiritborn Spirit Hall, you can read the bonuses of whatever they do. That's fine. But look at the bottom. The bottom of it says, all skills are now Jaguar skills. If you swap and pick Eagle, it would be all skills are now Eagle skills. So what's usually a much better idea, instead of adding more Jaguar stuff to your Jaguar, it's usually a lot better to pick something different. Because if you pick Eagle, for example, now your Jaguar skills are also Eagle skills. And that allows you, in the skill tree, to pick all the Eagle passives, which make you way stronger. It might also let you take legendary powers that only buff Eagle skills, but now your Jaguar skills are Eagle skills. If you just pick Jaguar, okay, that's cool, but you didn't get any new powers to play with. Does that make sense? That was perfect. Thank you. You're welcome. So usually you want to flip-flop your mentality. Instead of saying, oh, I want it all to be the same thing, it's usually stronger to say, how many different things can I apply to this thing so I have the opportunity to get as many different things that I want? Think of it as like going to a grocery store with your grocery cart. And you say, oh, my favorite stuff is in the frozen food aisle. Fine. And then they give you a choice. We're going to add another lane into the store. Do you want a second frozen food aisle? Or do you want the bakery or the meat department or something? You'd be like, well, I do love frozen food, but I better add something different. That would give me a lot more opportunities than just doing a second frozen food aisle. Isn't the number of people that say Jaguar versus Jaguar, isn't it way more people say Jaguar? People keep making fun of me for saying like that, but isn't it like a huge majority say Jaguar? Like Jaguar, that's the non-common way to say it. You say it Jaguar. Jaguar. I've never heard that. I've heard Jaguar almost always, and then some countries, I think England, say Jaguar, which is how it's phonetically spelled, but nobody says it like that. Jaguar is French. Okay, so pretty much no one agrees. Yeah, the UK says Jaguar. But guys, the UK says aluminium, but there's no extra I at the end. It's aluminum. People say, no, it's aluminium. No, there's no I at the end. It's not N-U-M, it's N-I. They said N-I-U-M. Oh, you guys add the I over there. You guys say it wrong and spell it wrong? Holy shit. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, they spell it different. Oh, okay. All right, I'll let that one slide then. If you spell it different, I'll let it slide. The I, you put an extra I in French too. Well, yeah, but that's because French adds like, if you take the word high and you want to say high in French, you got to add like 30 vowels somewhere in the word, and then they're all silent. They call 0 Z. So wait, it does. Is that actually how you count? Z 1 2 3. Is it actually taught Z or is it 0? No, 0 is 0. Z is the letter Z. Oh. When you say the alphabet as a kid, you say X, Y, Z, or you say X, Y, Z? You say X, Y, Z? Wait, really? The alphabet is X, Y, Z? Isn't Zed the guy from Power Rangers? England calls cotton candy candy floss? So I'm trying to think about the two names literally. Cotton candy, I mean, it's literally the consistency of cotton and it's candy. It seems logical. Candy floss. I guess the logic there is it's like very thin spun candy that could fit between your teeth, but when you eat it, it's like coagulated, right? I guess that's kind of how you make it, I guess. I guess that's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Yours comes on a stick and not in bags. You can get it on a stick here at the fair or something. At the store here, you would get cotton candy in a bag, but at a fair, you would get it on a stick. The house next door to mine growing up made all of the cotton candy in their basement for all of the fairs. So you would think, wow, Rex, you hit the jackpot. Like you got. I had the opportunity to get endless bags of the highest quality cotton candy in existence when I was a kid, but I didn't like cotton candy. So they brought over like 10 bags one time and they're like, "Hey, can you smell all that cotton candy?" I'm like, "Yeah, we can smell it from 3 miles away. The whole universe smells like cotton candy over here." They go, "Well, we brought you 10 fresh bags. This is the best cotton candy you'll ever have in your life." I tried it and I go, "I agree that this is the best cotton candy that I have ever had, but it's still cotton candy. It's like, it's just not very good." So I'm good. Obviously, they were flabbergasted. They thought no child would ever not like their cotton candy, but it's just not that good. I don't know. Do you guys love cotton candy? I don't know. Like, it's I don't know. It's like not that good. It's okay. Honestly, it smelled better than it tasted. You want to know what candy I really did like as a kid that I wish I hadn't? Was Pitsy sticks. You guys ever have a Pitsy stick? God, I love those things. Pitsy sticks are the same thing. It's just pure sugar, but I thought Pitsy sticks were way better than cotton candy. Yeah, it's like Fun Dip. Fun Dip is sugar. That's it. There's no other ingredient, but I liked it a lot. Yeah, that is my number one like fair snack. If you go to the fair, you want to know what I want? I don't want anything. I don't want a burger. I don't want a hot dog. I don't want cotton candy. I don't want any of that. You want to know what I want? I want a funnel cake every time. I want a funnel cake. That's what I want. That's my favorite. Don't want the turkey leg. I want the funnel cake. The deep fried Oreos, bro. I've never had it. Probably really good. You want to know what else is really good? You want to know what else is as good as the funnel cake, if not better? Do you guys have the bucket o cookies? Bro. The bucket o cookies? Come on. Valau, Gannon, Crime Time, Vinny. Thank you so much for the subs and the primes and the memberships, guys. Do I know churros? Well, I mean, I'm half Mexican. Yeah, I mean, of course. You want to know what, honestly, though? I think the Americanized churros, if you get a really, really good one, the Americanized churros, I actually think are better. So the Americanized versions have this, like, cinnamon sugar cream cheese fluff in the middle. They are big good. They're not good. They're big good. It's my battle tag, !B tag. But a little warning, I don't accept random friend requests because I have to keep my friends list pretty much empty so I can do the giveaways. So you usually, not because I'm an a-hole or anything, but every random friend request I get, I usually decline. Get him out of here, boys. Get him out of here. I'm actually very surprised at how long this grind takes. What's the best order to masterwork in the endgame? You should masterwork the piece that has the stat on it that you need the most. For example, the evade build needed cooldown, so you masterwork the cooldown first. If you don't need something like that, then masterwork whatever gives you the most damage first. For example, on the Spiritborn, usually the most important thing to masterwork are the resolve stacks, right? The resolve stacks send your block chance to the moon. You're going to go to the US for the first time next year. Anything I should add to my bucket list? You're going to be in Florida and Chicago. The main thing to do in Chicago, like, I'm a terrible person to ask about this in terms of like sights to see. Because nothing is worth seeing. Everything is stupid. Who cares? But I can tell you about food. So in Florida, probably the most unique thing you could get in Florida is probably, yeah, you meant food. That's what I figured. Nobody actually wants to do anything. Yeah, good. Yeah, you and I are on the same page. Florida is probably going to have the highest quality Cuban food. Not that Cuban food is very good in the first place, but it's going to have the highest quality Cuban food you'll probably ever have access to. So I'd make it a point to go to a really nice Cuban restaurant so you can say that you had it and that you don't like it and cross that off. Chicago, the famous thing for Chicago is Chicago deep dish pizza. Deep dish pizza is like the worst kind of pizza. It's very thick and dense. It's exactly what we don't want. We're like Dave Portnoy. We like thin and crispy. But you go to Chicago, you have the deep dish, you say you had it. Again, not very good. Not what you wanted. And then you move on. It's more of a casserole, yeah. There are probably people from Chicago that know some local places that are really, really good. One of the really, really famous deep dish pizzas from Chicago is Giordano's, right? Giordano's is Chicago based, right? I don't like Giordano's at all. I never want to eat there ever again, but you know, it's whatever. I just don't like deep dish. That's my least favorite pizza. That's exactly what I don't want. Yeah, there's also Lou Malnati's. That's another one. I've also had that one, believe it or not. Didn't like it because I don't like deep dish. I would never. You want to know what's the best deep dish place I ever went to? I've had Lou Malnati's. I've had Giordano's. You want to know what I think is actually a better one? Maybe you guys are going to laugh at me. I thought Felix and Oscar's was better. You guys ever had Felix and Oscar's? Little Caesars? Little Caesars also sucks, man. If you guys ever see if you like deep dish and you see Felix and Oscar's, try that one. If you're in the Chicago, you have to go to Portillo's. What is Portillo's? What kind of food is that? I don't know if I've heard of it. The L's in Portillo's are white person L's. Oh, you guys call it Portillo's? But is it actually supposed to be Portillo's? But is it actually supposed to be Portillo's? Just everybody says it wrong. Let's Google it. Portillo's. Double L is almost always Y, unless, as someone said in chat, you're a white boy. Unless you're a gringo, as they say. Okay, looks like steak subs. Trying to find a picture here. Menu. Beef and sausage, just straight up. This looks very interesting. The beef and cheddar croissant. I'll probably get this. This looks pretty good. Look at this one. It's a giant croissant. Look at this. That looks big. That looks big good. It says it's only 670 calories. I would imagine if they're saying on the site that it's 670 calories, then that must be 670 calories per bite. That's got to be per bite, right? Per serving, 6 servings per. That's how many calories you get by looking at the picture. That looks extremely good. That looks very good. The beef and cheddar in the croissant. Wow. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think you should go there. Hey, Alloy, I'm good, buddy. How are you? I'm just, I'm crazy busy, man. I can't wait to move, man. I just can't wait for this to be over with. Oh, I've seen that. Wait, I've seen that. Is that Portillo's? Is that the place that puts the entire slice of cake in the shake? I've seen that. I've seen like the commercials for that or whatever. Is that the place that does it? Oh, okay. I've seen that before. Where they put the chocolate cake inside of the shake, like a huge slice of it. Dude, that's the most I remember watching that and I was looking at it, I was like, that is the most American thing I've ever seen in my life. You want to know how we're going to give you a giant slice of cake? You want to know how we're going to make you a giant chocolate cake shake? By putting a giant chocolate cake in your shake. Just goes straight for the jugular. Why though? Just eat the cake? Well, think about it, Ern. I don't know if you've thought this through completely. Okay, you say why not just eat the cake? But if you put it in a cup and blend it with other chocolate shit and ice cream, then you could drink the cake. Have you thought about that? What? Yeah, think about it. Mouth open, chew, swallow, right? 3 steps. What about mouth open, swallow? Probably going to get banned for saying that. You're going to clip it out of context. Think about how much XP you could save. Exactly. Yo, dude, I've been doing this for hours. I've been running these 200 and, or what level is this? These 105s for hours. I started at 285 and I'm a third of the way through 286. Oh my god, dude. We need to lower this. It's taking us way too long. We need to stop doing 105s. 100 is like our max. We might even actually have to turn it down. We're losing XP by doing this. We've lost 105 privileges. Just swallow, man. I mean, that's not even the future. The future is just direct chocolate cake. Just direct chocolate cake IV. Was that a 100, by the way? Was that a... Did we just do a 100? Or was that a 105? We might have to lower it to 95s. Yeah, intravenous chocolate cake. No, you're okay, Texas C. We're just losing XP. We need to do these in 90 seconds. If we don't do this run in 90 seconds, we're dropping it to 95. If we don't do that in 90 seconds, we're dropping it to 90. We can't have nice things if we can't go fast, guys. How am I? I'm good, Peter. How are you, buddy? I'm definitely more stressed than usual. Usually when I'm streaming, I'm pretty chill. I'm definitely more stressed. I just have too many things going on at the same time. My mom died, and I have to move at the same time. Moving is already bad enough, but my mom being gone and solving the issues that come with my mom being gone is pretty brutal on top of it. What a combo. Terrible. Okay, so this is like 105 seconds. 108, or yeah, 108 seconds. So this is also too high. So I'm gonna drop it to like 97s until we get this done in under 90 seconds. We're losing XP. Darius, thank you so much for the $2, man. You would love Bagnets if you love funnel cake. Bagnets? Is that how you say that? Thank you, Pony. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dylan. Yeah. Beignet. Beignet. Bagnets. Okay, I've never heard of this. Do they have these in the United States? Never even heard this word. Beignets. Beignets, like that. Beignets. Oof, this is also not going to be 90 seconds. We suck. We're never going to get any XP. Wah. Wah. No, it's okay, Dizzy Dame. Don't worry about it. I'm just crying for no reason. What has to happen is me and Orange have to go separate ways. All right, Texasy, yeah, we can get somebody else once you have the glyphs that you need. Pronounce. That looks like another French word. It's probably like, is the T-I-E-R, is that T-A? Gautier or something? Gautier? I don't know. I'm gonna let these guys. I'll kill the purple guys, but I need to get through this map. We need to. Are you in trouble when your wife walks in and says she is using her brain for once? I would say you're screwed. Yeah. If she's using her brain, it's definitely to take you down in ecstasy. You're finished. It depends. Is she a redhead? Is she a redhead, Texasy? We need more information. It's a French donut. It's small squares covered in powdered sugar. Sounds like a funnel cake. All right, guys. Did you guys get everything that you needed? If you guys don't mind, I'll get some other people to play with them, give them a chance. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys, though. Good job. Hopefully you guys got some massive glyph XP there. Yeah, you guys are welcome. GG's. You want to play for another hour? I'll allow it. Okay, 2 people want to. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't even ask. Okay, Graybat and Evo were the top first 2. One from YouTube, one from Twitch. Are you guys, Furniture and Evo, are you guys able to do this tier or no? Or are you just leeching? It's okay either way. I just need to know. for what tier we will do. Am I invisible here? No, you're visible, but you didn't post your account name. TM can play, okay. Elic, your Elic test there. I think so much for the prime, my friend. Okay. You can't. You're the auto mod. Oh, do you have? Oh. Do you have like an offensive account name or something? Can you paste your account name in a DM to me on Twitch? Try that. Spookster? I don't get it. Why would that be auto modded? Can you post your account name in a DM to me? I'll let you come next if there's a spot open. Because I saw you type first, but the account name wasn't there. Okay. A spookster is a racial slur? It is? Really? Maybe I don't think I'm hip anymore. I just don't know what anything means. I've never heard of that one. We might be able to turn this up. We did that one very fast. Let's try it one more time, though. A spook? A spook is a racial slur? Against who? I've never even heard this word other than Halloween. I mean, Halloween, everywhere you go, it says that it's spooky. It's against Casper. You've heard it if you ever watched Back to the Future. I actually, believe it or not, I've never seen Back to the Future. A spook is a spy. I've never heard of this. I've never seen Back to the Future. Huh. Okay. Huh. But spooky is fine? Huh. It's a racial slur that rose in usage during World War II. Germans called the black gunners spook Waffe. Is that how you say that? Waffe? Okay, well, now I know. Thank you. Weird. Never heard it used like that at all, ever, in my life or in social media or pop culture or anything. Now you said a racist word and you get banned, enjoy? Well, I would hope that Twitch would, if they were going to ban me for saying a racial slur, that they would, at least before they banned me, watched the stream and they could easily see that I was not stating a racial slur. I was getting information on a word that I didn't even know. If they ban me for that, if Twitch bans me for that, then this is what's going to happen. I'm going to make a YouTube video, and I'm going to tell them they have 24 hours to unban me and issue me an apology. Both. You have 24 hours to unban me instantly, and you owe me an apology. If you don't do that, I'll never stream on your platform ever again, and I'll go to one of your competitors. Simple. And by the way, I'll also make the YouTube video, post the clip, and show that I was just having a discussion about a word I didn't know, and you banned me for it. Then some people will side with Twitch because they're stupid, but most people will side with me and hate them for it. So those are their options. They won't ban me. It'd be very stupid of them to do so. They ban me, they're going to owe me an apology. I'm not worried about it. I'll be fine. A lot of the other, like, it depends. Sometimes Twitch bans for a good reason, but there have been a lot of examples where they have banned for no reason. And the content creators, when they get banned, are usually a lot more calm about it than I would be, because I'm going for a 10-year streak. And I will just simply transfer the streak over to you. I didn't say I would stream 10 years every day on Twitch. I said I would stream every day for 10 years. So if you do that, then I'm going to abandon Twitch entirely and finish it somewhere else, which in the grand scheme of things, they probably wouldn't care about. They don't care about me at all, but I will make a scene about it. I will make a huge scene about it. I will never let it go. And I will remind people over and over and over about how they banned me for nothing. Endlessly. So, it's just that simple. That's what will happen. That's what I'm going to do. I will pursue it endlessly, my entire career. So if they're even considering it, I would strongly encourage them to make 100% sure they want to ban me before they do it. No. I've never been banned. No, I've never been banned. I've never been issued a warning. By the way, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll just tell you anyway. There was an incident about 2 years ago where someone said that I didn't actually fully understand what had happened, but there was a scenario where I was playing Diablo 3 and someone was arguing with me. And I was just essentially telling them, bro, you don't know anything about Diablo 3. You're arguing with me and you're completely wrong. Everything that you said is wrong. I don't know. We're arguing about some build. So after the stream, I got a message from Twitch, and Twitch said, I don't quite understand this, but there is a German law where if someone from Germany reports that you were being toxic to them, that they have to fully review it and file a report and make some kind of a determination or something. And I didn't understand, like, I didn't understand what was happening. But they said, we will conduct the investigation on our own, and your footage is going to be fully reviewed, you versus this German guy. I didn't even know he was German. And then we are going to follow up with you if any action is to be taken. It was not Rob. It was some random viewer. It wasn't Rob. I don't even know his name. I I couldn't remember his name for $1 million. I don't know who it was. Anyway, someone reported me to like the German police or something. I don't know. Something. Anyway, a couple days later, Twitch messaged me and said, no action was taken. This has been completely dropped. I was like, yeah, I mean, I told him he was dumb, but I'm right. So I actually deserve an award. You owe me something, Twitch. I taught him a lesson. But apparently I don't know if it's still in play or what, but Twitch is required to do a full investigation if a German guy has their feelings hurt or something. I don't know. I still don't understand it. Anyway, that was the only time Twitch has ever contacted me about potentially anything. Never been contacted other than that. It was, guys, it was not Rob. I mean, unless it was Rob undercover, but I doubt it. I guess let's never rule anything out. It was Woody. You know how much I love Rob? Guys, I don't think Rob came to my D3 stream 2 years ago, started a fight with me. Rob doesn't need me to teach him Diablo 3. No, it wasn't anybody famous, guys. It was some angry guy who wanted to fight with me, and I don't like to start fights, but I'm happy to finish them, especially if they're about Diablo 3. Bro, you're not going to teach me Diablo 3. That's not the way it works around here. And he didn't like that, so then he started to get sassy with me. If you want to get sassy with me, okay. Again, I'm happy. I don't want to start this conversation, but I'm happy to finish it. No problem. And he didn't like that, so he told on me. I believe, if I remember correctly, I don't exactly remember how the process went, but they said something to the effect of they're going to do a full investigation, but before they do an investigation, do I have any like comments or clarity about what they're about to watch? I'll be like, no, there's no clarity of anything. I did nothing wrong. You will not ban me. There's nothing going on here. I am informing you that I am not in trouble. I find it hilarious that you even sent me this message. They go, well, okay then. Talk to you in a little bit. I still don't. Does anybody even know the name of the process that I'm even referring to? Like, I asked for more clarity on it from Twitch, and I never got any. Like, I still don't even understand what it's called, what the actual law is, how it works, how it applies to me. I'm in the United States. How does this apply to me streaming from the United States? It doesn't even make any sense. If somebody moves to a new country, brand new country, the country of Bob, and the laws of the country of Bob say if someone insults you that they have to order you 10 tacos. If I insult them and they live in the country of Bob, are you telling me I have to order them 10 tacos? Like, what are we even talking about here? Yeah, like, the law applies to Twitch, not to you. Yeah, Twitch, you owe them 10 tacos. I don't owe them jack shit. No. You signed on the dotted line, and on the TOS, you agreed to do whatever we have to pay to any country in the world for any reason. Bro, your TOS blows. That was an incredible Dr. Evil impression. Wait, when did I do Dr. Evil? Scott, how about no? Okay. Guys, why make trillions when we could make billions? Scott looks at him and goes, "A trillion is more than a billion, numbnuts." And Dr. Evil goes, "Scott, ladies and gentlemen, may I present Exhibit A?" You sound like Trump. Trump sounds like Dr. Evil. What am I going to try the other classes? I actually already am thinking about switching. I'm thinking about making a rogue. The reason why I haven't is I'm just so far away from being done. Just so far away from being done, man. Trump sounds like the 47th president. Not to start a huge political conversation here, but one thing that I don't really follow, like, I would say I'm decently informed on the topics. Certainly, much more informed than the average American. The average American doesn't know jack shit. But I'm not exactly like a super expert in politics. It's not exactly my forte. But I'll tell you one thing that I have been hearing, I would say pretty consistently lately from actually both sides, Republicans and Democrats. I keep hearing a little bit from both sides as we get closer to the election in like 7 days that Kamala has like a 0% chance to win. Apparently, Trump is ultima crushing her in the polls. And I've actually been hearing this from both sides. So it's sounding like it's going to be a bloodbath in the election. Yeah, that's people are saying that's what they've been hearing as well. I've heard that it doesn't look close. Well, they usually say, and again, this is not like I'm not getting my info from a Republican source. I try to actually check both. But usually all the polls historically show an advantage to Democrats. Like, this is something that you can objectively look and test. And it's not looking good. Fox News. I haven't watched Fox News in 10 years, 15 years. I don't watch any news source, guys. I don't watch the news. I don't even have cable TV. One of my favorite ways to get political news, which is always dangerous to get your political news anywhere, is to try to find as much of an unbiased source on like YouTube as possible, a source that actually just collects data and facts and presents it and doesn't seem to have an agenda. Hard to find, but I think there are some channels that do a decent job. That's mainly what I watch. I don't watch any of the main sources of news. All of them have, and almost all of them have a huge agenda to push. It's very annoying. Trump Trump is the Spiritborn and Kamala's a barb. God damn it, dude. Oh god, that was pretty funny. Kamala's a barb. Europe hates Trump. I think pretty much. I think everyone outside of the United States, and also half of the United States hates Trump, don't they? I like Trump, and I'm from the EU. The EU doesn't hate Trump. Can I tell you guys a story? It doesn't really have to do with Trump. I'll tell you a different story. This was one of my first classes in college. I got in huge trouble for this, actually. I don't know why. So I took an English class because I had to in college. I'm sitting there, and this lady was presenting, our professor was presenting about how there are really, really pivotal moments in your life, like in literature, that you will remember forever. You'll remember what you were doing, what you were eating, what you were thinking in that moment. So she said, I'd like to do a little exercise. I would like to point out a major point in our lives, and I want you to tell me the first thing that you thought when it happened, and I'm sure all of you will remember. And she said, I'd like to go around the room, and I'd like you to share, if you wouldn't mind, how you felt and where you were when 9/11 happened. When the planes hit the towers. And okay. They start on the opposite side of the room of me, and I'm like the last to go. Every single person, without exception, said the same thing. All 30 kids, they said the same thing. I was in school, or I was sick that day, and my mom told me to turn on the TV, and then I saw the plane hit, and then there was a big attack, and I was scared, and I called my family, and I was really scared, and that's what everybody said around the room. And I was like, I was just hoping that someone would say anything different, because that's not what I was going to say when it got to me. And it's just going around the room, around the room, around the room, and everybody's saying the same thing. I'm like, I thought very strongly. I'm like, should I just say what everybody else is saying? Because I'm thinking about it. But I was like, you want to know what? Nah. Everyone's just going to say the same shit. I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say what I really thought. So, here we got a commercial. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for the ad people to come back. I'll tell you what I thought. I don't think there's anything malicious or bad about what I thought, but holy shit, the school did not take it that way. They did not appreciate what I just said. And I actually still to this day don't know why. That's why I'm going to tell you guys, and you tell me if I'm a piece of shit or not. It's okay. I stopped the story. Tell me when you're... I guess they can't hear me. Tell me when you're back from the ads. I stopped I stopped the story. You guys back from the ads? No, I didn't say it was an inside job. I'll tell you what I said. Just wait. You're back. Okay. So what I said was, and I go, okay, you asked me where I was. I remember exactly where I was. I was in Mr. Mann's biology class. I was actually in the very first desk to the left of the door. I sat behind Amanda Leitner. I remember exactly what happened. Someone came in and they said, Mr. Mann, pull out your TV, bring it to the front of the classroom and turn on the news and do it right now. Mr. Mann was like, okay. Oh, shit. We turned on the TV. One of the towers was on fire, and then we saw the other plane hit the twin tower, and then they collapsed. And they tell me, they said, what were you thinking? Were you scared? And I go, like, we live in Nebraska, right? So if there's going to be a huge fight, although, you know, if it hits the United States, it impacts me no matter what. I never want the United States to be hurt. But am I scared in Nebraska? I mean, this is the last place they're going to attack. So no, I'm not immediately scared. The first thing that I thought of is I'm very surprised. And the thing that I'm surprised about is why this doesn't happen more often. And the reason why I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often is I get the feeling there are a lot of radical groups out there that just hate us. And I'm surprised that these like huge attacks against us don't happen more often. So I wasn't surprised that we got attacked. Certainly was not happy we got attacked. We lost thousands of lives. I absolutely grasp what it means. But was I scared? No. And I just wasn't. I was surprised that it doesn't happen more often. And my God, you wouldn't believe how angry teacher pulled me aside after class and said that she's going to decide whether she's going to write me up for it or this or that or this or that. I go, isn't a literature class supposed to be the class where you can openly share your ideas? Like, I don't understand. Why is everybody so fucking mad at me? That's what I thought. Yeah. Terrorists? Do terrorists even know where Nebraska is? Hell no. Nobody knows where Nebraska is. I mean, I was hoping that someone would give an answer other than I saw it happen. I was really, really scared, and I just didn't know what to think. Why would anybody attack us? And all those people are dead. Everybody said that. It's like, well, I was thinking, wow, actually, the United States probably does a really good job protecting us, because I bet there's a lot of radical groups that want to attack us all the time. And I mean, this is the first time this has ever happened that I can remember since I've been alive. So this is a terrible, terrible tragedy, and we need to make changes with our airport security system and double down on everything, of course. But I'm surprised this hasn't happened to us before in one form or another since I've been alive. We're talking about 9/11 here. How old was I? A freshman in high school, 9th grade. I was just telling a story about how I was in college and we needed to explain where we were in 9/11 and how we felt. That's very logical, Rax. You're right. I mean, but that's what she asked us to do. She asked us to think about what were we thinking about when it happened. That's the first thing that popped into my mind was actually, oh wow, how did our country airport security fail us like this? I was like, I wonder how many of these things that they've tried that they've stopped. Because this probably happens a lot. I don't know. People, I shouldn't have told you this because now there's probably people in chat that hate me because I said it. But man, it pissed people off. Everybody hated me the whole semester. They thought I was like the devil. They thought I was a terrorist. Like, oh my God, dude. Me? Oh my God. You were playing EverQuest when it happened and weren't paying attention? Yeah, we got a lethal dose of it because we were in school. Yeah, so if I could give any advice to anybody going through college, if they ever ask you for your unfiltered opinion, don't give it. Instead, just say whatever you think they want you to say. You know, I did it again, and I can't, apparently, now that I'm thinking about these stories, I actually have a track record of doing this. There was a big initiative that my corporation was going to release, and okay, they were doing like a big initiative to change our computer system. I was at the time the head of IT, and I was the one that set up these systems on people's computers. And I had also done their job for multiple years. I had been in their role for multiple years. So not only did I know the tech side of it, I also knew what it was like to actually do the job. Anyway, they had this huge initiative. They spent millions of dollars on it. And they wanted my input on how to build it. So I gave them my input. Then it was like total radio silence for like 9 months. And I asked them, I said, are you guys building that thing that you're going to release to everybody? And they said, yep. And I was like, okay. How's it going? Like, are we going to get to test bits and pieces of it? Like, when do we get to test it? And then they said, you can test it like when it's done. Like, we have a lot to do, but it'll work. Trust me. I'm like, I don't trust you. Everything around here doesn't ever work. You should let me test it now. Whatever you've got. And they go, Ryan, we'll let you test it when it's done. That's what we're doing. We don't have another choice. Okay. We get about 8 months later, 8 months in total since it happened. Then they made an announcement in front of everybody. Great news, guys. This system is rolling out in 1 month. 1 month. Like, you guys gave them a release date and you haven't even let me test it. Oh my God, that was such a dumb move. And then they said, and then they pulled me aside and they said, okay, Ryan, you are about finished with your math major, right? We've seen that you've taken a lot of time off of work lately to go take math tests and stuff, right? And I go, yes. And they said, well, we need to conduct the testing and we need it to be done now within the next 2 weeks. And your schedule with your math major means that you can't be here for all of the hours that we need the testers to be here for. I know you really wanted to test it, so instead, we're going to let you do the second best option. you can pick a couple of people who will test in your place, and we'll let them do the testing. And I talked to my boss and I said, can I ask you a question? Not a corporate question, just between you and me, and you give me the honest answer. Can you give me the honest answer? Because I was good friends with my boss. I was like, can I ask you one answer and can you give it to me straight? I said, okay. I said, do they just not want me to test it? Are they just afraid that I'm going to tell them that their thing doesn't work at all? She said, I haven't heard that directly from anybody, but I am not saying that could not be one of the reasons. I'm not telling you no, but I'm not telling you yes. And I said to her, I said, may I speak freely? May I speak freely to you? She said, yes, you can. I said, I'm going to graduate in a few months. And the amount of failures in the last 4 or 5 years here, you guys have been actually very favorable to me. You guys treat me better than most people around here. You've promoted me more than other people. But the amount of failures that happen here, I can't take it anymore. I just can't. So when I get my math major, I'm just letting you know I'm going to be leaving and I'm never coming back ever. And I have appreciated you. I've appreciated you helping me excel or move my career up here. But the amount of failures, I just can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. So I'm going to get my math major and I'm going to apply for jobs. I'm going to leave immediately. She said, we've been preparing for that. We know. And for what it's worth, Ryan, I don't blame you. Okay. So anyway, they let me pick the testers. That's fine. Pick 2 really good testers. They're smart. Pick Courtney and Gina. I trust them. Probably shouldn't have said their names, but oh well. Anyway, now they said, Ryan, we're inviting you to a meeting, and we're going to present to you the entire new system after Courtney and Gina have tested it. And you're going to go in front of the board. They're going to present it, and we just, as the IT guy, we need you to sign off on it, and that's it. We're good. I walked over to Courtney and Gina. I said, how was it? And they said, Brian, it doesn't work. What do you mean? And they said, well, I can't pull it up and show you, but I could, if I explain it to you, would it make sense? I go, yes, you can explain it to me. Tell me, what is it supposed to do? And tell me what it actually does. And they explained it to me, and I was like, well, the way that you explain that, it sounds like the referral process between underwriters and processors doesn't work. She said, that's exactly the problem. I said, so how do you get a referral from an underwriter? She said, you actually can't. There is no way to do it. It's broken. And I said, so the referral process from the underwriters is at least, I don't know, 20% of our entire workload, right? She said, exactly. I said, what about the macro system? No, it doesn't work. Why? Oh, it does this and that and this and that and this and that. Thank you. Went to the meeting. Courtney and Gina are there, and the whole team that was a part of it was there. The board was there. They were really excited. We're really excited to present this to you. Here it is. Here's what it does. It's the best thing ever. It's so fast. We're going to make $1 million, this or that, this or that. Said, how does it look? Are we good to go on this? And my whole team just nervously looks at me like, please, Ryan. I go, hey guys, I didn't get to test this, but from what I'm seeing here, we actually cannot release this. It does not work. This cannot work. And they're like, excuse me? It doesn't work. For example, Let me explain to you a basic process about our job. An underwriter has to make all the decisions. We are a processor. We don't make decisions, we just execute the decisions. We are a soldier in the war, we're not generals. So, an underwriter currently communicates their decisions to us via this system. It works perfectly. It's like a messaging service. It's easy. And it's automatically documented. Your service doesn't work. You see this button here that you have that says that it's the bridge between the underwriters and the processors? It was not built according to the specs that we had, and it doesn't work. This makes it impossible for you to release this. And that's only the first problem. There's many other critical issues besides this. And if you would let me test it, I can probably find 100 more. You cannot release this. If you release this, the system won't work for the workload that you have made for your processors. I'm 100% sure. And they're like, we hear your concerns, Ryan. What we need now is we need sign-off from the IT department so we can release it. And then later we'll fix it. Well, I don't know what to say to you. I can't sign this because it doesn't work. There is no solution for all the things that are broken. So if you want to release it, it's not just going to break this. I told you there are other problems. The macro system that you have is terrible. You didn't embed the processor's macros. You rewrote the processor macros and put them on your UI. Your UI is not only terribly slow, the macros, you didn't copy them exactly as we had written them. And so they're not only slower, in some cases, the functionality that you thought you were building correctly is wrong. So what that means is if people do trust the macro that you have migrated and it does it incorrectly, then their quality loss is on your hands because you built the macro wrong. I have many examples of this. You can't release this, I'm telling you. It's not ready at all. It's not even close. I said, okay, guys, we'll have to think about this, and thank you for the meeting. I got pulled aside, and my boss pulled me aside, and they go, well, Ryan, I'm going to tell you something that is not going to be surprising to you. That was not a good meeting. That is not what they wanted to happen. They wanted you to just sign. They had heard a little bit of the concerns before, but they don't want to hear any of this. They want to release it. So they are going to release it, and it is what it is. And I said, it's going to break everything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's going to break everything. She goes, need to let it happen. Okay. Whatever it was, 2 weeks later, a month later, they released it. Broke everything. Worse than I had predicted. Worse. And then they had a new meeting. They had mandatory overtime. Bro, mandatory overtime doesn't solve the problem. Can't do our fucking work. I told you. I told you. You didn't even let me test it. And I could still tell you from talking to Courtney and Gina. The smart thing you did is you let me pick the testers so I could talk to them. You fucked up badly. So they said, Ryan, can you fix this? And I said, no, I can't. I actually can't fix it. I didn't design it. You have to fix it, and you have to build. That's why we had all these documents. That's why we had all these documents for the engineers to build it exactly as we had written it. You changed some things. The things that you changed ruined it. You need to build what I showed you. I said, well, would you be willing to talk to them and tell them what they did wrong? Yes, I was willing to do this for the last 9 months. Do you remember when I told you to let me test it as you built it? Do you remember when I told you don't pick other testers other than me, even though I'm getting my math major? You're just making shit up. You fucked everything up. I said, we get it. We want to fix it. It's costing us a ton in mandatory overtime. They had mandatory overtime for months. It cost them millions of dollars in overtime before they actually fixed it. And then I finally got my math major, and I said, I am so done with you guys. Like, I am so fucking sick of this. And then there was a very famous person that worked there that was actually in the main office after I graduated. Her name was Anne. And she sent me an invite one day. She was the leader of the underwriters, and the underwriters was like a much, much higher tier than what I was in. She was the leader of the underwriters. She sent me a meeting invite. She said, Ryan, I want to talk to you. I go, okay. And I met with her. She goes, hi, I'm Ann. Do you know who I am? I go, yeah, you're pretty famous around here. People say you know literally everything. She laughed. She's like, I don't know everything, but I've been following you in the processing center. I know about your career. I know you're like the IT guy. You're the macro guy. You're the efficiency guy, right? And I go, yeah, for another week or so, I got to get out of here. And she goes, oh, that's exactly why I'm talking to you. You have a math major now, and you could get a better job than the one I'm about to offer you. So I recognize that. But I can tell you, I would like to pull you out of the processing center, move you into the main office. I want to teach you to be an underwriter. You will find it much more rewarding and much more challenging over here. And I will be your boss, and I can teach you a lot of things. I think you could do a lot of great things. I think you have been appreciated here, but I don't think your talents have been properly utilized. I want you to come work for me and come to the main office. And I was like, I actually really appreciate this. This is one of the nicest things anyone said to me. I have some job interviews set up. If you'll allow me to, let me go to those and let me survey the land. She goes, survey the land. That's smart of you. If you decide you want to stay, you need to come to the main office and work under me and learn from me. And you can be a god around here. You should come work for me. I was like, she sure seems smart, and everyone says she's a god. Maybe I should go over there. The underwriters are really smart people. I've been working with them for years. They never seem to fuck anything up. Tempting. Went to my job interviews. The job interviews were very mathematical based. They offered me a much higher salary than what she could offer me. I was like, It's like maybe I'm a dumbass, but I'm actually kind of leaning toward going to the main office and staying. I don't know why I shouldn't do that. It's the dumbest thing ever. And then I did what any self-respecting, whatever, 22-year-old, 23-year-old would do. I went over to my mom. I said, Mom, can I ask you a question? I'll bring you tacos. Can I ask you something? She goes, you can ask me anything, Ryan. What's up? Explained to her the situation. My mom knew how frustrated I was working there, like, in the processing center. I was just like, oh, I can't work here anymore. I can't. And I told her about the offer, and I told her about the other offers. They're like much more mathematical and up my alley. I was like, Mom, help me. What should I do? Should I take these job offers for more money, or should I stay with Nationwide and go to their main office and try to learn more? She goes, Ryan, I know exactly what you should do. And I said, oh, thank you. What should I do, Mom? She said, you should do exactly what you think you should do. I go, Mom, that didn't help me at all. She goes, well, that might not have helped you at all, but yet I gave you the right answer. Let me ask you something, Ryan. You're telling me all of these details, you're doing all of this mathematical analysis. Wipe it away for a moment. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a gut feeling on which one you should do and why? And I go, yeah, I actually do. She said, what do you think you should do? And I said, I think I should stay with Nationwide because as pissed off as I am, they have been very nice to me. They do respect me. They promoted me multiple times, and I'm actually getting pulled out of the main office. The money is lower, but Anne seemed very confident that my powers could be used for good and not evil. And I know that she is the best manager. So I'm very tempted to go learn from her. She said, there you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? And I was like, okay, I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm just going to take her offer. That was it. Then I stayed for another 5 years. I was an underwriter, then I became an actuary, then I became the actuarial trainer, and then I finished in the highest department product. I learned a lot from Anne. I got my quote-unquote master's degree in insurance while learning under her. I got my CPCU, and then I enrolled for my second master's degree. Nationwide paid for it, so it was much, much better. It was significantly better. We have a spot guy. Oh, wait, we're going to invite our friend that has a racial name that is not actually a racial name. Well, that as he meant it. Spookster, are you ready? What does CPCU stand for? Chartered Property and Casualty Underwriter. It's kind of like a master's degree in P&C insurance, auto, boat, home, RV, dwelling fire, motorcycle, umbrella. Did they ever fix the program? They did. I mean, it functions. Nowhere near as good as they would have just let us do it the way that we wanted it. Do any of my old coworkers know what I do now? You would be curious what they think. Some of them watch my streams. Sometimes they said, a lot of my coworkers ask about me generally. Like, for example, one of my best friends still works at Nationwide in the product department. I'm the one who told them to hire. I'm the one who told them to hire him. His name's Josh. Josh might be watching right now. Josh was there for the whole thing, by the way. Anyway, the way that they ask about me is, yo, Ryan left to go be like a pro video gamer, man. That's crazy. Like, how's Ryan doing? And Josh just said, oh, he's just frying, man. And my coworkers don't know me exactly as you guys know me. You want to know what, when I told my coworkers that I was leaving to do this, the thing that they were very, very surprised about is I guess they didn't realize how competitive I was. Like, when I started to explain to them, I was like, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna try to get rank 1 all the time, always. Like, start at rank 1 and just hold it, other than the cheaters, of course. And they're like, wow, like, you're like a competitive person. I'm like, yeah, like, yeah. That's what I do. Josh is here all the time. He watches the stream all the time. His name's Thunderstick. He's not here right now. He's a mod. You'll see him. I was like, Yeah. That was like their big surprise. They didn't know I played video games. Like, who am I going to talk to at work about video games? Like, nobody. Um, what this is how Nationwide perceived me. This is how my coworkers perceive me. They thought of me as a very analytical Excel math guy that is very, very friendly. They said like I'm super, super outgoing, and I'll talk to anybody. I make jokes, ha ha, la 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 la. But the actual truth is, maybe some of you view me as an outgoing person. What I like to do is I like to go into the dark corner and Blair Witch, just sit down, put my head down, talk to nobody, and just sit in a corner. I am not energized by being in a room full of people. I like hanging out with you guys on the internet when it's just chatting and I'm just sitting. I'm actually am doing what I just said. I'm sitting in a dark corner by myself, just doing nothing, chatting with you guys. But I am not invigorated by social interaction. It's not a driving force for me whatsoever. So I would say I'm actually much more introverted. But if the opportunity calls and we're gonna chat with people, I can do it. I can be friendly and make jokes, whatever. But they're like, I thought of you as like the most outgoing, carefree person. I'm like, well, I don't care about anything as long as we get our shit done and nobody fucks anything up. And yeah, but that never happens. Everything is always a catastrophe. Um, they found it very surprising. They thought it was like an alter ego for me. I was like, guys, you have no idea how much I blast. Like, you don't even have an idea how much I blast these games, man. I work in IT and everything can be a catastrophe. Yeah. Juju, Exile, David, Hollownot, Satanic, Nacor. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. Juju gifted a sub. Thank you, Juju. Yeah, I mean, so my coworkers definitely thought it was cool. They're like, that's cool. Yeah, go do that. I don't think much of them know anything about it, though. I don't think much of them know much about streaming or video games, and that's okay. How did you not kill this patient? 287, boys. Dude, I'm. For me, my game was crashing. I don't know if you can hear me. My actual game was crashing. I don't think it's the stream, it's the game. We back, boys. We back. 287. These levels are super brutal. Yes, if you get to Paragon 300 and you didn't use the XP exploits at the beginning and you actually played fairly and you didn't RMT your gear, you have my respect because this is not an easy grind at all. It's just not easy. It's not an easy one. I I'm inclined to agree. I'm wondering if the road first of all, I like that there is a grind. Like my main concern with Blizzard and Diablo is they make everything way too easy. They make everything too easy. They make everything meaningless because of it. But this might be one thing that might be a little bit overdone. I don't think they need to nerf it too much, but maybe like 20%. The grind is insanely easy. It's just boring as hell. Well, define easy. You have to pour in a lot of hours, and a lot of people don't have a lot of hours to play. And you have to do it with efficient XP farming. I'm not going to vendor. I'm not gambling. I'm not upgrading glyphs. I'm just running forward. But on the other hand, I did go from 285 to 287, so I did get 2 of these super hard levels done. So, Chris, 284, Chris? 284 is halfway. By the way, guys, I'm pretty sure you can get the achievement in non-season. So even if you only get to like 280 this season, okay, that goes to non-season. Then if you get to like 280 next season, you should have it. Okay, you're out of here, man. All right. Well, it's probably about time for me to wrap it up as well. Guess what I get to do? I get to go work all night. Lit. I'm about to have the most fun ever. Well, that was good though. We told some stories and got another we got another 2 levels here. Thank you guys. GG's. That was fun. Appreciate you. Do I have a real job? Hey, Streaming isn't a real job. No, I don't have to literally go to work. I have to do some work for I'm moving soon, and um I need to do some stuff for my mom passing away, organize some things. So I'm gonna be so happy in like a week or two. I think everything's gonna be done. I'm gonna be moved, and we'll have solved everything. Yeah, thank you, Messiah. Plus, Callie's poking me. She needs to go outside. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's find somebody to raid here. We could raid. Oh, there is a dog on my lap. Why don't we just raid CJ? Maybe? Why don't we raid Riker? Thank you for being here, guys. Appreciate you. Is it better to grind XP in a group? I think it is because you can clear faster. You can split up and clear it faster. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll be on again tomorrow and every day after because we're streaming every day for 10 years. We're getting there. We're crawling. I'm gonna get back to a normal streaming schedule soon, guys. I'm just trying to get a bunch of IRL stuff done. Did I already find the Gym Ring gemstone? Oh man, Chiltara. Oof, I remember that. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing night, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.